Hey guys, Voxel Pro here, coming at you with a kind of continuation off of the last rant that I did. It's just me tired of I guess I want certain things to fall my way, but they haven't. And that's not necessarily the goal of what I'm trying to accomplish is not necessarily that nobody really can accomplish but me. Is not something that somebody can just change on a whim. Not necessarily. But that is to say that I'm trying to find not just the path to success. And that's something that a phrase that I've often used, but I've also tried to find my purpose in life, which I think is highly more important. Because, I mean, your purpose, I feel like that's what you're born to do. And you guys might have heard me say this before. And I don't know, and it's gonna be one. I'm sorry. My future is gonna be one of those things that I bring up often until I see something change. There might become a day where I'm helping people discover what their purpose in life is. That would be great. But I doubt that I'll have that opportunity anytime soon. But finding the purpose in life is more important than solely focusing on success, because success, right, gets you the fame, the fortune, the whatever it is that you want or have need of, you know. But the purpose of life, I should say the path to success grants you your needs and in surplus to get you access to things that you want. But the thing is that when you're on your path to purpose, that sometimes you might not be able to get all the things that you necessarily desire, because you're not purposed to have them, or have them in that moment, or have them that quickly, or have them that early. You know, sometimes is like just timing. You know, some things are just timing, and some things is like some things you just ain't outright supposed to have. And I get that, but if there was any indication, right, if there was any indication to what I knew what I was supposed to do here on this earth as a job, you know, as it pertains to like a career, I would do that, and I'd be happy with that. Because if there was like a knowing, like this is what I'm supposed to do, I ain't never had that. There are things that I'm not necessarily good at. You know, I rant. I play games. I'm not necessarily a funny dude. I think in like my rage-fueled tirades, you know, more or less, and maybe in certain instances my unorthodox type thinking, I can be funny, but I don't think I can go out and be funny on purpose. I'm not trying to be a comedian. It's you know, I'm not trying to be here's what I want out of life. I'll to simplify it for you. I go American dream. That's it. That's all I want. I mean, not so much the picket fence I can do without the picket fence, but you know, the conceptual family, the house, the car. You can leave the dog alone. I'm sorry if you have a dog. I know one of my friends has a dog. That's fine. Just don't ask me to have a dog. I mean, at one point in time, I was like, I wanted a monkey, but then, you know, then they was like, then my parents was telling me that you would have to clean up after it, and you know, and then, you know, I saw the Steve Harvey thing, and then in one of his stand-ups to where he went to Africa, and it turned out that monkeys are stronger than humans, and then there was that lady who had a monkey for a pet, and then it ripped her face off. And I wasn't finna deal with that, but I'm not dealing with it. I'm just not. I'm not doing it. I won't. I'm not dealing with it. Now that's not to say that a dog is necessarily going to be that way. I guess depending on what type of breed you have, it could be the best or the worst thing in your life. But to walk the dog at night and all this other stuff, I'd rather just like not have my dog worry about anything, you know, or not have anything, you know. I'd rather have a house, you know. They say dogs good for security reasons, and that's all good and fine, right? But you know, I'd rather have turrets, automated paintball turrets at my house. That's what I would rather have. Security cameras, tracking devices that, like, if anybody should come through, you know, like things that would hurt them, that's not loud but can be lethal. You know, like a crossbow or something like that. Like a pneumatic crossbow. I don't know. Like on some Fallout 4 junk. I don't know. Just be like, man, because people gonna get shot up today. You gonna know where you got shot. You know. I don't know. I don't know if I could deal with the loudness of a gun. I don't know if I could do it. I don't know. I'm not trying to kill nobody. It's just, you know, for home defense sake. You know, smoke screens, smoke bombs. You know, just set up traps in the main house. What kind of house would I be living in to where it be having all these traps and stuff? I don't know. What kind of neighborhood would I be living in to where I would be having all these traps and stuff? To where I would require all that. I don't know. I think I just went too far with my thinking. But what was my point? Oh yes. My point is that the American dream. I would want to have the American dream. The nice car, the nice house. It ain't got to be a big one. It ain't got to be a mansion. It ain't got to be like super like. It ain't got to be like super fancy. Not super fancy. I just don't want it to be super small, and I don't want it to be in a bad neighborhood. I want it to be. I want it to fit. I want it to fit. That's what I want. That's purely what I want. I want it to fit. The job, I want, as far as the job is concerned, I want to go somewhere where everything I know, where, you know, like a career, to where it's like, you know, wherever you go, you know that you're putting in work, and you know you putting in your due diligence, and you can appreciate that at the end of the day. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm sorry. You know how, you know, I'm sorry. You know how they say, happiness is overrated, when it comes to like, a job because you got to pay bills. No, it's not. I disagree. I heavily disagree. Why? Because why does it seem like all of these rich people do like end up hanging themselves in a closet and taking a gun to their heads and blowing their family's brains out before blowing their own brains out? Why is it, why are they trying to like feed their children like poisonous amounts of like NyQuil and Tylenol, and then bounding their children up and their wives up, and then taking a cup of Tylenol and then setting the house on fire? Why is that a thing? I don't know. But they're rich. They're rich. They got money. Happiness is clearly not overrated. It's clearly not overrated. Now, as long as the money isn't underrated, then we cool. We cool. Why would you, main reason, what's one of the reasons why, and when you think about it, this is like a cause and effect chain that's happening. One of the things that, breaks up, leads to divorce is financial problems. Financial differences and views, different financial views, spending habits and stuff like that, leading to irreconcilable differences. But the causes, broken up relationships are one of the things that possibly can contribute to depression, depending on, if you have financial issues and relationship issues, probably going to have depression. Now, that's just my opinion. That is not based on any scientific fact that I can read in front of me, that I can quote to you. I'm sure there's some research somewhere that backs up my opinion. I'm just not going to go out and look for it because I'm making this off the cuff. That being said, that is my stomach, if you heard that. But listen, man, what's wrong with wanting it all? Like I'm fine. I want more, but I don't know what more is. I don't know what it is that I'm supposed to do in order to get that more. To work harder? Work harder at what? You see what I'm saying? Like, I'll put this in an analogy for you. What good is a gun if you don't know how to use it? Oh, sure, people know how to pull the trigger. A gun is a powerful weapon designed to kill people. It is designed to forcibly and lethally put other living things down. Men, dogs, cats, cows, iguanas, buildings. I know they're not living, but they can put some pretty big holes through buildings and windows and stuff like that if it's the right material. But the point is that they're made with power and they're lethal. Now, carelessly handled, it's dangerous. It's dangerous to everybody. A baby can take a hold of a gun, but because he has no wisdom, no intelligence, no direction, you know, no knowledge of the idea of life and death, it makes it dangerous. It makes it pointless. It makes it dangerous to everything. You know, he could take his own self out by accident. You know, because the baby don't know no better. But what about the other people? What about the people who's grown up? What about the people who had the muscle control that can handle the recoil? You know, that knew what life and death meant. That knew that once you aim the gun at this person and you pull the trigger and they're standing in front of the path line of the projectile that will be flying out of that piece of metal, that their life is going to end. So I'm saying the same thing. I'm saying the same thing about, you know, future in a way. How a person's life especially in the way that we operate in America, can be detrimental if they're not doing nothing. It can be detrimental not only to the mind, it can be detrimental to that person's, you know, that person's willpower, that person's ambition, that person's spirit, you know, it can drain, you know, the resources if they're not employed, you know, but when you take a mind and you properly aim it, and you properly like take care of it, and you aim that person's future in the right direction, you can do some things. You can do some things. I'm just saying. I don't know, man. I don't know what it is. I'm done. I'm done for today. This will probably come out roughly about the same time, maybe half an hour after the previous rant. And I hope I'll see you guys in the next rant. Subscribe to Voxel Pro if you haven't done that already. If you want to share this with somebody, if you got Facebook, share it on Facebook. If you got SoundCloud, share it on SoundCloud. Wait, I don't know if you can do that because I don't know. But if you let somebody know, just let other people know. That's the point. Just let other people know. See ya.